Hi everyone, welcome back to the show. It's your cheesy food right here. So today, let's talk about how does the Tao or the God can give you protection. Some people will ordain, right? They join here and they immediately see a lot of good changes and stuff in life and they feel very protected. Some people, especially this group, okay, they will be like, I don't feel the protection. I don't see it. There's no protection given to me. Okay, let me show you how the Tao or the God gives you protection so that you can avoid falling into this group that doesn't see the protection. So, let's say, okay, you are doing something dangerous to yourself. For example, you have a bad habit, you're smoking. So when you smoke, everyone knows it's going to damage your health. So by protecting you, the Tao will find a way to tell you to stop doing that. Right? So yeah, it could be like immediately you got like a signal boom and then you thought, smoking is like so bad. But then your body, your physical you, right, is like, nah, I need it, right? Like you don't want to take that advice, right? Because you cannot accept quitting it, maybe yet, okay? So the protection was given by showing you the light. At least it introduced that idea to you that, hey, you know what? This is not good to do. And eventually, maybe in the future, you will realize, one day that I need to quit smoking to get better health. And other way is that the Tao would lead the master like me to tell you directly what to do and what to not do, right? Because the God can be influencing you, but sometimes you just cannot listen, right? Especially newbie, you cannot really observe and realize that, hey, the God is giving you hints. So the God would lead me to tell you something. For example, I would tell you, hey, you know what? You got to do more of this and you got to not do this. Hey, that's protection. Why? Because by listening to these advice and following the guidance, I'm protecting you falling into problems. You want good luck. You want good wealth. You want a better life. Hey, what is actually now making your life not good? What is giving you bad luck? Oh, all those like vampirism friends. The people you social with, they are like draining your luck away while you thought it was like, a good idea to hang out with them. Well, I will introduce to you that, hey, you know what? You're going to like stop doing these things. But a lot of disciples at this point will be like, nah, I don't want to. This is like how I used to be. Then like you're stubbornly glued to your past and don't want to make changes. Well, the protection is given, but you're not taking the advice. You're not following the guidance. And that is why you cannot see or feel the protection. Protection is not like someone in front of you putting a shield right there. Or you see like parents protecting the kids, right? Doesn't mean that they're spoiling the kids by taking them away from all the dangers and bumps and nails in life. You protect the kid by making them smarter and stronger so that they themselves can take care of themselves better later. Instead of like, oh, there's a problem, let me remove you and then I'll be like, deal with the problem and put you back. That's called spoiling. But a lot of people cannot tell the difference between spoiling a kid versus like actually protecting them. Sometimes there's like tough love, right? You want to protect the kid, you have to put them into like some hurdles so that they can get hurt. Then they learn. After they learn, they will not get hurt again. Like, you let them bump themselves or burn themselves a little bit, right? You get hurt, then you won't do the same thing again. How do you teach a kid not to touch the stove, not to touch the fire? Well, you take a little candle and then put their hand over it and see if they like that idea. After they get a little burnt, right, you get a sensation, then you won't go touch that stuff. You know it's dangerous. But the bad parents of protecting is like, oh, there's like, don't, and keep like pulling them away. And you pull them away, but they still don't understand. So the Tao, the gods, or even the master teaches the disciple by actually pointing out the flaw, getting you hurt a little bit, and realize that, hey, that's something wrong, right? Sometimes I'll scold you. And then you will have to stop and step away from that stuff. That is the protection. So if you want to start learning Taoism today, go to our website, tinyetdragon.com. Feel free to ordain anytime. See you in the next one.